Hey, long time no see. Sorry for this long delay. I really wanted to talk about the rankings of the movies I saw in 2022 and also talk about the movies I really want to watch in 2023. So, quick synopsis. 2022's worst movie to me was Jurassic World Dominion. I hated that movie so much.
To him.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
Yes, I loved it. I had a blast, man. I loved that movie. I had such a blast.
All right. So, once again, you can see my buddy Paul here. It's good to have you back.
We're not going to agree on a lot of stuff, apparently. All right. We're already on.
Hey, that's why we're friends, right?
Yeah, there we go.
Disagree about things. The 2023 movies I really want to see are Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, the Super Mario Brothers movie, which comes out at the beginning of April in the States, comes out here April 27th. I really also want to watch Creed 3, which just came out, but also doesn't come here until May. And also really want to watch the Scream 6 movie, which just came out, which we should be discussing and reviewing right now, but why are we doing that?
It's not here. It's not here. The horror movies, how would you say, it doesn't really have the resonance in Japan than they do.
Yeah.
But you know what though, Ricardo? I actually did watch on the opening weekend a horror movie here.
Really?
What movie do you think it was?
What Men Want?
No, it was a horror movie.
Oh, that sounds like a horror movie. But Insidious.
No, it's a big one. It's a big one.
Oh, and was it Megan? Was it?
No, it's a franchise.
Oh, the franchise. Did you watch? Oh, Friday the 13th.
Yep, it came out on the same weekend because Friday is actually pretty popular in Japan. So it came out the same weekend as in the States.
The one came out to the night.
Yep, yeah, that's right.
Oh,
the one with the supernatural guy, the revival. Yeah, I was surprised it came out. I didn't live here and I actually came to this theater just to see that because I was out in the city. Yeah, it was cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, as you can see, my buddy's Paul's back, and so so let's show him our faces so we can. We're outside again, just like we do.
I'm gonna put my face on your opinion of Jurassic Park Dominion.
Hey, I'm putting my face on your opinion of Jurassic Park Dominion. I should be the one upset. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna do like we do.
Fun, man. Don't you like to have fun? Don't you like to go to the movies with the popcorn and a drink and have fun?
Actually, I don't like popcorn, but I do like a drink. I prefer M&Ms.
Oh man, I'm getting Resurrection vibes already. I'm getting flashbacks, man.
You're lucky I didn't trick you and actually say we're actually going to talk about Resurrection today instead. But yeah,
there you go.
We're actually going to talk about the Scream movies. There are 5 so far.
Oh my gosh!
I want to rank them just like we did last time, worst to best, and he's going to give us his thoughts on each one. And we're going to do only 2 videos, but we might do a 3rd video, a little special treat I want to do, and get your thoughts on it.
Okay.
So let's start. What is the consensus worst Scream movie that you've seen?
Well, okay. I don't know about consensus, but I know for me, yeah, I think we can say this. And Rotten Tomatoes and everything, a 3 is the lowest one.
Yeah.
I know that was my feeling going into it. I'm sorry when I saw it. And I know that Rotten Tomatoes, that's the lowest ranking one, even below what the one that just came out.
Yeah, Scream 2022.
So, for me, yeah, definitely, I agree with that. Scream 3 is definitely my lowest. So, again, I hope we're going Scream 3 at the bottom and Scream number 1 at the top, but I don't know with you, man, so you might pull Resurrection on me.
Actually, I think the newest one, 2022, is the worst.
Oh, have you seen it, though?
I have seen it.
Oh, did you see it?
I did see it. I saw 2022. When I went to visit my brothers and my parents last August.
Oh, got it. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. 2022.
2022, yeah. The 2022 one, or 5 Cream as I like to call it.
Okay.
5 Cream. Also, on his trailer, calls it that too. They even got the voice of Ghostface to call it that.
What's his name?
I forget.
Rogers or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I if you want to look it up.
No, it's fine.
All right.
But yeah, I know
great voice.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
He's in all 5 of them, even and in the 6 as well. But honestly, there's some good kills. Some good kills in there. There's some good suspense, but I think one of the things that really holds this movie back for me is the reveal at the end. The killer reveal. Oh, then it falls flat after that for me because it's like, okay, we get it. You hate Rian Johnson. He made a bad Star Wars movie. Just knock it off already. They talk about it as well when they talk about Stab 8. And just calling it Stab, and directed by Rian Johnson. Everybody hates it because of blah 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 blah. Yes, we know he made a bad Star Wars movie, but come on, let's get over this already. Not to mention, you've seen it, right? Yes. There's a scene where Randy Meeks' nephew gets suckered into an obvious trap with this phone app. It's like, your uncle would be ashamed of you for falling for such an obvious trap, you freaking moron. And also, like I said, the killer reveal again is how can a fan be toxic and all this? Like, God, I zoned out and I didn't care. Not to mention our new main lead is the illegitimate daughter of Billy Loomis from the first movie, and she sees ghost visions of him when she wouldn't have no idea what he looks like. Especially when he's already and not to mention, not just like in a picture, but as you look when he died. Like, how would she know that? That's still
You like logic in your horror movies, buddy. If we're going to go that road.
No, but that's Scream is a lot more logic based than a lot of these other movies because then
Well, Scream 3 had her ghost mom in it.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay, so
we will talk about that. That does hold that one back.
Okay, so come on now.
But at least those are nightmares. This was an actual she has visions of them and while she's awake. So the mom stuff isn't a nightmare.
Yeah, but people do that though. People do that, but she's taking medication for it. So it's they specify this is a mental condition. They don't start to say that she's seeing a ghost. They specify that, right?
Yeah,
she's taking medication for it. They specify she's crazy.
Yeah, this doesn't really do mental health care well either. It's kind of we can get into that another day. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said though, not to mention the scene where the killer reveals herself and she said she's the one that killed Dewey, and I was like, she weighs 90 pounds soaking wet. How is she overpowering Dewey? He's a former WCW heavyweight champion.
Logic again?
Sake. Come on.
But he did not make the pinfall. Somebody else did it. He just got the pinfall.
He got the pinfall. Somebody else did the finish.
Exactly.
Hit the finisher. That's true.
Did you see when he fell on when he fell on the table, he fell through?
Oh, that was funny.
Okay. So there you go. Okay, this guy fell through a table. You're telling me.
He's also been in death matches as well with Nick Cage. Not that Nick Cage, though. That kind of would be awesome, though.
Well, yeah, but what happened in the death match? He cut his throat and he ended up in the hospital.
Yes.
So come on.
I hate those matches, though.
Okay, so can I mention about the? That's okay. So we're already off on this. Yeah, this was awesome movie, man. This is great. I saw this on Netflix. I'm not really a fan anymore, but I had to see this. I love these movies. So I was shocked at how good it was because I went into it thinking like, there's no Wes Craven, there's no Kevin Williamson. This cannot be any good, and I was shocked at how good it was. Two things about it I don't like is they only used the music like once. I mean, come on, man. This is like the greatest score ever, and the movies always mess it up.
And not to mention, I don't think they even play Dewey's theme when he's introduced.
There is no Dewey's theme.
Yeah.
There is no Dewey's theme.
Yeah. No, they do.
No, there is no Dewey's theme.
In 2 through 4, every time he's introduced, there's a thing.
That is not Dewey's theme.
It's recognized as Dewey's theme.
It is not Dewey's theme. It's the song from Broken Arrow, dang it.
I know it's Broken Arrow. I like that movie. I remember that.
I do too, but
it's all. But a lot of people, when they think of that theme, they think of Dewey's theme because a lot of people didn't really watch Broken Arrow.
I don't care what people think. I'm telling you the reality.
That's what I
it's
call
not
it.
Dewey's theme. It's the theme from Broken Arrow.
Yes, but I like calling it Dewey's theme because I like Dewey as a character. I like Dewey more than the
So Dewey's stolen theme.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, but yeah, there's two things about the movie I didn't like. The fact that they don't use the music once, and there was, when they're in the house towards the end, and tell me if you remember this.
Yeah.
She goes over to the table, picks up a candlestick, throws it at the ghost face, and then 5 minutes later, someone else goes to that same table in the same spot, picks up the other candlestick and throws it. I was like, what was that? I don't know if that was improvised or that was scripted. It was the weirdest thing. Do you remember that part?
Yeah, it's so dumb.
It was so weird because they pick it up through it, and the same thing happened again like 5 minutes later.
It's like they forgot. Oh wait, she's supposed to be caught on fire at this point. So let's just do it again.
I don't know because there were 2 candlesticks on the table, but that was such a weird thing to script. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. If Ghostface is coming at me, I'm not getting the candlestick. I'm throwing the table. I mean, I don't know. So that was
or try to put him through it.
something.
Yeah. We're gonna get to wrestling in here. We gotta do it right.
Yeah, there you go. Good. But yeah, it sounds amazing. I did like the ghost stuff with Loomis. I thought it was cool that he like pointed to the thing, and I thought that seeing him, it was a great way, in my opinion, to bring somebody back. That might have been that was better than Scream 3 bringing back Randy with the video.
We'll talk about that later, and I have some things to say about that.
It was a good way to bring someone back. I think that was a really good way to logically. Well, you don't think it's logically, but a good way to bring somebody back in a way that wouldn't.
We'll see. One thing I will say I did enjoy about the movie was the for Wes, the toast toward the end of the movie when Wes, the character in the movie, dies, and then they say for Wes.
Oh yeah.
And it's a nice little nod to not just that character, but also Wes Craven.
Yeah, actually, that's
and not to mention apparently because I really like watching Dead Meat. They're talking about this movie in that. For West Toast, there were a bunch of people, not just in that, but also that worked with them. Just like Jamie Kennedy was also in there. Just like Neve Campbell and Jim Arquette. Their voices are mixed in there so they can all do their tribute, which was really nice. But I didn't really enjoy it as much, but I hope Scream 6 does better. But let's go move on to number 4.
Let's go move on.
Number 4 is Scream 2. Scream 2, again, their killer reveal, Mickey was so weak, and his motivations were so weak, and not to mention,
Did you skip Scream 3 again? You skipped it twice now.
I did skip Scream 3. Don't worry.
Oh my God. Is it on the list at least?
It's on the list.
Oh my gosh. It's not number 1, right?
We'll get to it.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, Scream 2,
do you know what the list is?
I do know what the list is. This is my list. I can do whatever I want. But you should see my brother's list too.
Oh my gosh, no.
My brother's list. We are so.
This is enough insanity for one day, seriously. Scream 3 is not on this list yet.
It's not on this list
We've
yet.
gotten
Scream 2.
2022, and now you're doing Scream 2 now.
Yeah, Scream 2. I don't like again. I think the killer reveal is way weak, and that song and dance number with Jerry O'Connell in the cafeteria.
Oh, Tom Cruise, Top Gun, 1985. Yeah, I remember.
I don't like that movie either. But I think that scene just drags, and it's such a weird momentum killer in the movie. Though there's some good kills in the movie. I like Sarah Michelle Gellar's character. The way she gets killed is really good, and also I think the opening is really good with this is one of the things I really like about the Scream movies, that you can have people get killed out in public and people won't even notice. And like Randy's death was, I thought, done fairly well as well, because Randy had never been called, and so the way that he just answers Gail's phone and Ghostface there, now they're all trying to search for where he is. That's a good scene, but at the same time, again, I like one of the things that Scream prides itself on, especially with the first one, is the killer reveal, and I think this one is one of the weakest.
Okay, well, this is, again, it's surprising you got this low, because this is, a lot of people, Scream 2, Scream 1, it's like, which one is the best of the series, so, okay, but okay, I want to just talk about what you mentioned, the scene where, the singing part. Yeah. That, I agree with you, that's one thing I don't like about this movie, is you start getting away from, like, horror, and it becomes almost mostly just pop culture references. They're talking about sequels. There's not a whole lot of horror movie talk in this movie at all. No. And that scene,
except in the classroom scene.
There's the classroom scene, but still they go to Godfather. They're talking about Godfather and Terminator, and there is, and then there is, like, when we walk around that you mentioned, they do mention, like, they mention just horror movie took place in colleges. Right. So the movie isn't horror movie enough references for me. It's mostly pop culture. The first one had a lot of pop culture too, but this one is, again, the Tom Cruise reference. There was Tom Cruise reference in the first one as well. It's more about pop culture. It shifts away. So this is where you start seeing it's going to the Dawson's Creek area, which makes sense because it's the same writer.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. And of course you have people from Buffy, and you have the guy from Dawson's Creek. So it starts to go more pop culture and teen stuff in this. But and also another problem I have with the movie is as you probably know, they didn't know who the killer was when they were making the movie. They knew, but the actors didn't, right?
Right.
So there's all these lines in this movie that people make, like, okay, make this line as if you were the killer, where no one talks that way.
No, that's one of the things. The dialogue is really bad.
No
I
one
think.
talks that way, Ricardo.
And
Nobody
also,
does that.
Also, Scream 2022 also had that sort of thing where they're hanging out in the parking lot or the benches. That's reminiscent of the first movie, but they're just constantly throwing, what if you're the killer? What if you're the killer? I was like, it was so dumb.
I recall at Scream 2 being really bad, though, because there'd be, like, lines where people would deliver them suspiciously.
Again, like, that's one of the reasons why this movie is so bad to me, is because nobody talks like this.
Exactly. Like, I'm going to go up to you and be like, Ricardo, I didn't eat your lunch, and you're going to be like, someone ate my lunch, and like, oh, it wasn't me, though. I wouldn't have eaten your lunch. And you're like, how did you know it was gone?
Yeah, then as soon as I don't see a lunch, I'm kicking your ass.
Exactly, because I know that the lunch has been eaten.
Right.
I mean, you did better than that.
Because if you had said, like, oh, somebody ate your lunch, then I'm like, what? But then you were like, help me find out who it is. Not knowing, then I wouldn't know that you actually ate my lunch. But if you said, oh, it's like...
It's worse than that, Ricardo. I mean, I would have your lunch bag in my hand.
Yes.
And I'd be
exactly.
like, I didn't eat it. It wasn't me.
Like,
That's the way that movie is. It's like the lunch bag is in their hand and it's saying, I didn't eat it. It wasn't me. It's like,
awful. But yeah, you know,
yeah.
man, we're gonna need to stop here. Then we're gonna have to do 3 parts of this series. And
okay.
All right, so will Scream 4 be worse than Scream 3? Is Scream 1 actually the 3rd best movie for me? Let's find out next time.
It's horrendous.